Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike. It's 11 o'clock Central European Time, 10 a.m. in the UK, and a lot later wherever you are. Today we have an interesting day. As always, I try and pick out a daily price prediction for Bitcoin. A few days ago it was 80,000, then it was 100,000, and today we have somebody predicting an $18,000 Bitcoin. We've got some news about Binance, the UK, the EU. We have some news about a charity that is trying to raise money for the victims in Maui. We're going to look at Adidas and Bape. They've launched a sneaker with metaverse ready sneakers. And then we're going to do the quiz at the end of the show, which will be about 11:45. So we've got about 45 minutes to get through the quiz. Sorry, to get through the news, drop some boxes, and generally just see what's happening in the world of crypto. Before I do any of that, for those of you that are new, we are Crypto Warehouse. We stream, I think it's 8 times a week. We stream every morning at 11 o'clock. We also have a Thursday night stream where we cover Web3 gaming. That's going on tomorrow night. Part of that stream tomorrow night will be our SHIB giveaway, where we are giving away a big bunch of SHIB. So make sure to join the VIP Crypto Club if you want to be included in the draw. Tomorrow we might be doing 11 o'clock. It might move to 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I'm not sure yet. Tomorrow we will be streaming. I'm not sure it will be at 11 o'clock. And then on Friday, don't forget, the Friday stream is also 1 o'clock in the afternoon, to allow for some of our viewers who go to prayer to get back in time to watch the show. So the Friday show is nearly always 1 o'clock as long as I can remember. And most of the days it's 11 o'clock. As well as being on Binance, we are of course over on YouTube. Please give us a follow, help us grow the channel. We're 2/3 of the way towards 2,000 subscribers, which is the goal. We do normally create videos 5 or 6 times a week, but during the last few weeks it's been so hot I've just not been able to get around to it. But there will be new videos going up. This is an interesting one. When I covered this 3 weeks ago, the price was $70. It's now $240. Had you watched our video, had you put in $1,000, say, you'd have nearly $3,500 now. We've got some news about WorldCoin. We're not really big fans of it. And we've recovered PET, LFG, and their new roadmap. They're the last 3 that we've done. We haven't done any since then. As I said, it's been a little bit too hot. So throughout the show, we will drop boxes for those of you that are on Binance. For those of you that are on YouTube, there are links in the description below, so you can come over and join in the fun. In addition, we give away crypto boxes during the quiz. Every correct answer you get, you will win a small amount of SHIB. And that is pretty much it for the introduction. So what I'm going to do now is move on with the articles. I try and get through the news in less than 45 minutes. Occasionally I have a rant, and we will cover the markets. If we have loads of time left at the end of the show, we will cover the markets. Before I do, a big hello to everybody in chat. Bro Seriously is here. Brazil, Romario, Anthony, Azura, good morning to you all. Right, let me get on with the news. So, as you all know, last night Bitcoin had a very, very small drop. We bounced off about 29,100. We fell from the range, which was 29.3. We fell below that into a different range. And I was saying on our Telegram group that we need to get above 29.2 and 29.3 to get back into that range, which we haven't managed to do as yet. Morning. There is a rumour that Gary Gensler is going to delay all Bitcoin ETF applications until the new year. At this moment in time, that is only a rumour. As far as I'm aware anyway, it's only a rumour. So until we hear the real news, what happened last night affected everything. It affected the stock market as well as crypto. So I don't think the drop last night was anything to do with the ETFs being delayed. So this pattern that we have broken, let me make it a bit big enough for you to get on the screen. Although the pattern is technically in the last phase of formation, if realized, it could have dire implications for Bitcoin bulls, as it may push prices below a multi-month critical support line towards 18,000 or lower in the weeks ahead. So this is the line that they are talking about. This is a very, very long-term line. We're talking, this line is probably 6 years. I can't make that. Yeah, this is a 4-year line. So we have a line in the sand here, which I think is somewhere about $22,000, $23,000, $24,000. We come down and break that, it will break only once before, which is here. I can't see it, but then again, I am no expert. But that's what he's trying to say. Now, to be fair, a lot of the predictions that we see on this channel are to do with where they want to see it go. They have very little in the way of, actual EA to back up what they are. This $100,000 Bitcoin, $80,000 Bitcoin, this is all conjecture. Whereas this one is based on the last 4 years. The graph's actually 6 years, but it's taking the point from here. Could go further back, 2017, which would make it the 6-year graph that I have seen in other places. So we can stay above this $23,000 mark and stay within the bullish ILOs. That's what I think is going to happen. At this moment, we have a couple of things on the horizon that are going to drive the price down. One, of course, is the Bitcoin ETFs. The other is the Fed. If the Fed comes out and goes really, really hawkish, that could push the price down and suppress it. I still think we're looking at over 30,000 by the end of the year, because the closer we get to the halving, the more of a magnetic pull upwards price will be, as people will start to buy into Bitcoin, predicting the next bull run. So it's not all doom and gloom, and we can come down another $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 and still not break out of this long-term pattern. Despite the general optimism of a price recovery above the July 2023 highs, Bitcoin was moving sideways and held above 28,000 support but below 32,000. Any breakout above 32,000 with expanding volumes might induce demand, forming an anchor for prices to gain towards 35,000. Now, I have a psychological reason for 32,000 in my head, and that's it's roughly 50% of the all-time high. People like to move in, I don't know whether you would call it subconscious patterns, and I think having hit the end of the year at half of the previous all-time high, that sets us up for next year's halving. Anything above $36,000, $40,000 and we could break the all-time high towards the end of next year. But again, there's a lot of sunsets before that's going to happen. So several fundamental factors further complicate the outlook for Bitcoin's price: inflation and the Federal Reserve's interest rate hikes. The Fed, we know, was stuck around this level. It's been the largest increase in interest rates in the history of America, and in doing so they've broken several banks, because banks can't compete with the government bond yields, and it's as simple as that. Any more hikes and we're going to see more banks go under. Prime Trust, we spoke about yesterday, they've got no funds left because everybody's withdrawn them. So as far as I can see, I can't see 18,000. This graph doesn't show me 18,000 either. This graph shows me 23,000, 22,500. So I'm fairly optimistic. This is a good graph, however, for seeing just how far we can come down and still stay within this pattern. Right, let's move on. About Binance. Before I do, I'm going to drop a box I haven't done yet. Go. Okay, if you are on Binance and watching this, simply enter the message, press send, and you'll get that SHIB sent to your wallet in the next 5 minutes, or you'll be able to claim it in the next 5 minutes. Anyway. Good morning, IPM. Morning, Crypto Dishes. Gameverse, what will we benefit from this? What, from the correction? Or from watching me? Probably not a lot from watching me. I go through the news. If you're fairly up to date on crypto, you might get the odd bit of information. So Binance is to shut down its crypto payment service amidst refocus on core products. The service was rolled out in March last year in an effort to make traditional financial companies crypto ready. So there was a buy and sell service called Bitfinity. It's been shut down about a year after it was launched. It was disabled on August the 16th. The exchange wants to refocus on its main products and long-term goals. We periodically review our products and services. In the last 6 years, Binance has grown, bringing an exchange to a global blockchain ecosystem with multiple business lines. Binance Connect, which allowed merchants to accept payments in crypto, launch in 2022 in an effort to help companies become crypto ready. The service supported 50 cryptocurrencies and all major payment methods. Now, sometimes these decisions that are taken are not necessarily taken based on what we think is going to happen with Binance or what we think has happened with this product. It's never black and white. There's always a grey area. Now, why would Binance close down a merchant system that allows merchants to take payments in crypto? Well, there's two reasons why I could see them closing it down. One is regulatory pressure and government pressure from around Europe, around America, around Asia. That's one reason. Maybe there's political motivation behind it. The second is that they might be shifting focus, and instead of trying to offer the merchant competing service, maybe they are going to go into partnership with Visa and MasterCard. Visa and MasterCard, as we know, they're in every single shop and store in the world. Maybe there is a universe where Binance becomes some kind of crypto partner with Visa and MasterCard, roll this out. So that's something else to bear in mind. But it's not necessarily a case of nobody was using Bitfinity. Maybe it was somewhat successful, but Binance as a business will be more successful by partnering with Visa and MasterCard. That's one possibility. The other is that governments don't want merchants in those countries using Binance, potentially avoiding VAT, potentially avoiding paying tax. There's all of that side to be looked at. So what could happen in the next 4 to 8 weeks is that there could be some announcement from Binance or Visa and MasterCard. They're partnering together, and that Visa and MasterCard will be giving Binance some kind of on-off ramps for its clients. Maybe the Binance Visa card will become more readily available to different countries. Just not everything is not everything is black and white, is what I'm trying to say with this. And you know, if it's down to the fact that nobody was using it, fair play. But I think there's always more to read between the lines. You can look at Binance and Coinbase being sued in America. Within 2 or 3 weeks of that happening, you had all of the ETF applications going in from Vanguard and BlackRock. That wasn't a coincidence. Nothing in life is a coincidence. So I think there's something that we don't know yet behind this move by Binance. Let's move on. Right. So we are on to the UK now. I like this article because in America, the acceptance rate is zero in America. So 13% of applications being approved is 13x the number of applications in America. But it also shows another thing. It shows that the regulator in the UK isn't a soft touch. It shows that you can be approved, but you need to follow the guidelines. And this might appear to be a negative article. It's actually very, very positive in my eyes anyway. So since January 2020, almost 300 crypto companies have applied for registration with the FCA, 38 of which were approved. So you have just over a 1 in 10 chance of being approved. The FCA published a response to a right-to-know request whose author remains unnamed. The request considered 4 questions about the registration statistics of crypto asset businesses. So of the this is where we get into the actual nitty-gritty of this. Of the 291, 155 were withdrawn by the firms themselves. So that leaves 136. So 38 out of 136, what's that, a 33% success rate. So 1 in 3. But of course the FCA has suggested that they should withdraw them if they don't meet the criteria. More than fine. Firms are required to provide the minimum information set out under Regulation 57 of the MLRs. Any firm that has not provided the required information will have the application rejected. Totally fine. In the UK, firms permitted to carry out crypto asset activities must either be registered with the FCA or have been granted temporary operating status. Previously, the FCA ordered Binance Markets to halt its operations in the country and issued shutdown or face further action orders for local ATM operators. So, as at the time of this publication, you had Skrill, eToro, Gemini listed. Also, we covered this on the news back in July, and that is the fact that in the UK and in many other countries, marketing of financial products is also regulated. And what we were finding out was that crypto wasn't sticking to the same guidelines as other financial products. The sticking point here was the fact that there needs to be a cooling off period. That's very difficult in crypto to allow somebody to buy £10,000 worth of Bitcoin and then turn around 2 weeks later and say, well, actually, I don't want this Bitcoin anymore. Can I have my money back? Because that's not how anything works. So the cooling off period is a good idea. And I think there should be a delay between applying and being given your account. But I don't think that should allow any purchase of assets before the cooling off period finishes. So overall, for me, this is a positive article. Don't want a country that approves every single application. So if you look at gaming, for example, gaming has different jurisdictions that they work from, whether it be Gibraltar or Malta or some of the Eastern European countries offer gaming licenses. And what you will find is some countries are far more lenient than others. And what that tends to do is it tends to focus all the blue chip gaming companies, like Gibraltar. So Gibraltar is fairly strict and they issue fines and they have a good regulatory outlook. Whereas if you go to another country, which I'm not going to name names, they will approve 95% of licenses, charge a lower fee, and you'll tend to find the more unscrupulous gaming companies in those jurisdictions. And what's going to happen with crypto is the same thing. You're going to end up with the blue chips like Bitcoin, for example, or Coinbase or KuCoin, for example. And they will be based in Dubai, London, Singapore, Hong Kong, the major financial powerhouses of the world will have these blue chips. Then what will happen is a smaller nation, maybe a smaller European nation, they will attract the smaller exchanges, the ones who don't regulate themselves, the ones that don't have proper KYC or AML. And they will attract that level of business because the overhead of being regulated is very high. So if you go somewhere where it's got a very lax regulator, you're not going to find the blue chips in those countries because it's damaging to their reputation. They want to be seen as being in London, maybe even New York in the future, Singapore and Hong Kong. That's where they want to be seen to be, not a backwater in Europe or a backwater in Asia or a backwater in Africa, where they will let anybody offer a crypto exchange. So this is good, number one, for the industry, and number two, for the UK's reputation. Now, I think it might be time for another box. If anybody has any questions, by the way, make sure to drop the comment into YouTube chat. And if you're on Binance, drop a comment on Binance. Remember, there are no stupid questions. There are stupid answers, and I can give the wrong answer from time to time. But nobody's going to laugh at any question that you ask, so ask away. Any questions you want, drop them into chat. If you've got any comments about the articles that we're covering, feel free to make a comment. Try and get your comments in between this spammer, which is M306, that is just constantly spamming the chat. I will be reporting you to Binance after the stream. It's very difficult to read anybody in chat when you have something like that scamming the stream, but there's not really a lot else I can do. So like I say, if you do have a comment, drop it in the chat and I will try and answer you. I'm going to drop a box now for those of you that are on Binance. Now the VIP Crypto Club I'm going to go into shortly, once I've dropped this. We're halfway through the articles, we're also halfway through the time, so plenty of time. There we go. That box is now dropped. Hopefully, restart my app again. The daily, not hourly occurrence on this app. Restart it just so I can see messages in chat. Right, and we are back. That is correct. I can do that. I can report him. But the issue doing it that way, it gets ignored. So what I do is I report him directly to Binance and his account will be removed. So if you do your way and it goes into a generic kind of service pool, so what I tend to do is just report them directly to the boss. Good morning, Marlene. I can just about see you in there. Adil, good morning. So I'm going to get on with the articles. Now that the chat's working, I'm going to get on the articles. %13 has been approved. Community will benefit. That is correct. Because what you don't want to do, I'll give you a scenario where if you have various different financial entities who are approved for crypto licensing, and let's say they approve them in the UK, UK, whether you like Brexit or not, the UK has a blue chip reputation for financial services. Whether it be currencies, whether it be the stock markets, it's always had a reputation for good regulation. If they started to approve most crypto companies, and those crypto companies ended up going out of business, not having enough funds to pay the customers back, defrauding their customers, whatever you want to call it, and 3, 4, 5, 6 of them start to hit the press, that damages the reputation of a country. So, get a license in the UK, you have to abide by laws. Don't get me wrong, there are problems with companies around the world. There are problems with companies in America and Asia and the UK and Europe. There are problems. But by having very strict regulation, it gives Binance, for example, it gives them clarity. If we abide by these rules, we can operate. That's all Binance wants. In the UK, you abide by these rules, we will not come after you. That's all they want. So it's a marriage where both partners have got to be faithful to each other. Binance won't break the rules and the regulations won't change. And if the regulations do change, what tends to happen in places like the UK is they have a consultation period. And that consultation period is where they will sit down with players in that market. So for example, with crypto, UK government will sit down with Binance, Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, eToro. They'll sit down with them and they'll discuss the new regulations to get feedback, but also to give them a heads up on what this new regulation is going to be. So then they can all change their processes to fall in line with the regulations. That's how it should be. The regulator is there to protect the industry or the customer. That's what it's there for. Gary Gensler has skewed that in America, so you have to ignore him. They're there to protect the user, and to protect the user, they make sure that companies follow the rules. That's it. All I'm saying is, if a regulator allows everybody, every Tom, Dick and Harry to come and offer their services, they're going to be letting more bad eggs in, and you, the customer, are going to suffer. And you will lose faith in not only crypto, you'll lose faith in the UK regulatory system or the Hong Kong regulatory system. So both sides have to play the right game. And like I said, it's like a marriage. Both partners have to stay faithful. Right. Let's now have a look at next article, which is to do with the first European Bitcoin ETF, which happened yesterday in Amsterdam, I believe. Make that a bit bigger so you can read it. The Jacobi FT Wilshire Bitcoin ETF, a pioneering product compliant with the SFDR Article 8. Very depth article. Let's just get to the bit. Here we go. So it traded under the ticker Bitcoin, and the ETF has already secured a listing on the Euronext Amsterdam. The Jacobi has introduced a verifiable built-in renewable energy solution. Strategic move that enables institutional investors to access the benefits of Bitcoin while aligning with environmental, social, and governance objectives. Now, this sounds a bit daft, and I'm not going to explain it in great depth. Not all Bitcoin made the same. And what I mean by that is that the Bitcoin that you have in your non-custodial wallet has history. The transactions are attached to it. And there is an underworld where you can trade Bitcoin for Bitcoin, where you can buy freshly minted Bitcoin at maybe 105% of the market value. And that's been going on for a very long time. Now, what Jacobi can do is Jacobi can go to specific mining companies who use renewable energy, and they can say, we want to buy 1,000 Bitcoins at a time from you. and that will give them verifiable Bitcoin from a miner that uses renewable energy. Most people have never even given this a second thought, but it does exist. You can trace Bitcoin back to its source, and if that miner has public wallets are recognized as being that miner's wallets, then Jacoby can buy directly from that miner and prove to companies, to the exchange, to Elon Musk, to you, that that has come from renewable energy. That's something which a lot of people don't realize or think about. So just bear that in mind. Thank you for reporting the spammers. Has the Nexus Chain token been listed on the exchange? You're asking Yuzu18, good, because I have no idea. So, get back to this then. So it's regulated by the Guernsey Financial Services Commission. The ETF boasts a robust ecosystem of key players. Fidelity is the custodian. So what happens in many industries is that if you are a fund, you are not allowed to hold the funds yourself. You must use a custodian. So in financial terms, if you were going to offer a tech stock, tech fund in the UK, you would need a custodian, a bank, to hold the funds of your clients. You are allowed to hold them. That's one of the sticking blocks of the ETFs in America, is that the SEC have turned around and said you all need to use a custodian, and everybody has turned around and said Coinbase. So now Coinbase is going to be the custodian of all of the Bitcoin for those ETFs. So Mark Makepeace, lovely name, expressed the significance of the launch, characterizing it as a pivotal moment for the digital asset industry and a transformative step for the global financial sector. I don't think so, Mark. I think you are going to have a very small fund that's going to have maybe an 8-figure, 9-figure amount in your fund. Although spot Bitcoin ETFs have been introduced in various countries and Canada, we know about the USA. In a realm where regulatory dynamics are both fluid and pivotal, the emergence of the Jacoby FT Culture Bitcoin ETF underscores the growing global interest facilitating cryptocurrency access through regulated and environmentally conscious financial products. Good article, well written, nice and concise. I like the bit about the ESG. I like that bit. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan. However, when it comes to this particular instance, I think it's nice to see them using this little known tool of sourcing renewable energy bitcoins. I like that element too. Now we're going to look at something a little bit more serious. Good morning, Andy. Welcome to the stream. Morning, BG. Update. Always back. Well, it's missed the quiz off the end of my my menu today. Where it's gone. Right. So, as I hope you are all aware, there has been a disaster in Maui. And I've mentioned in the past on this channel about how crypto can directly and positively impact disasters. You only have to look at the earthquake in Turkey and what's going on in the Ukraine. See how you can directly, as an individual, this is not as a country, as an individual, how you can directly impact the people affected by these disasters. And for me, this is one of the biggest impacts that blockchain technology will have on the world. In the past, I've given examples about school children in Africa. I can never remember if it was Ghana or if it was Nigeria. I can never remember which particular country it was. But in that instance, all of those children were given Bitcoin wallets connected to the Lightning Network, and they were all airdropped. I think it was something like $5. And all of those school children ran out of school and went and bought $5 of food, fruit, rice for their families, and went home. There was no third party in the middle. There were no pirates. There was no corruption. No government interference. All of those children took the $4.98 that they had and bought food. In Turkey, people, including Binance, were contributing very large sums of money to directly provide support for the people in Turkey, because what happened, the banking network in that area disappeared because everything went apart from the mobile phone signals. The internet was down, everything was gone, but the mobile network stayed up, and people in Turkey were airdropped money to buy food, because it's not just a case of giving people with no money the money, it's giving people who can't access their money as well. So there's two sides to it. So it's going to have a hugely positive impact on the world through these kind of events, which are horrific and terrible, but we can provide support immediately. Within half an hour or an hour, there can be a wallet set up for people to send donations to. Each person in that town that maybe is connected to Binance, or maybe was connected to crypto.com or Coinbase or whatever it might be, each of them can be airdropped the money directly. They could have that money in an hour or two. So that's where you can really see the benefit of blockchain technology. Its immediacy. That's where it's going to change the world. So in this instance, obviously we know what has happened. So EcoSapiens swiftly responds to the wildfires, initiating a campaign to raise $10,000 for disaster relief via NFT crypto donations. The limited edition NFTs are priced at $10 each, aimed to garner support from the Web3. So they don't even cost anything. It's $10. All proceeds channeled to the Maui United Way through Endowment's 501 donation platform. EcoSapiens Climate Focus underscore the effort. It rallied the community within 8 hours of learning of the disaster. The mission was to marshal support for disaster-stricken Maui for a dedicated campaign. Quite hard to read this. So an aspect is the promise that 100% of the funds garnered, the MUW is the beneficiary chosen to receive the proceeds. Endowment is an on-chain 501. We've read that. As a vanguard in climate-focused NFTs, EcoSapiens has also earned recognition for its steadfast dedication combating environmental challenges, backed by an impressive $5 million investments from VCs. So there is some money coming from the big banks. So I mean, $10,000 might not sound like world-changing money, but it's just an example of what happened. This is only going to be a drop in the ocean to what other people are going to raise. And I think for $10, it's, if you can afford it, and 100% of the funds are going to go directly to the support, then it's worth everybody's $10 as far as I'm concerned. But I'm going to move on because voice is going a little bit. Right, box. recompose myself. Right. Go. Right, okay. I've dropped the box. Hopefully, it's going to appear somewhere on your screen very soon. Or maybe I'm just going to have to restart my app again. Let me restart the app. Where are we? That was a very tough read. Go back in. There we go, I am back. Okay, so Adidas Originals and Bape unveil exclusive sneaker collab with Metaverse twist. So the limited edition shoe, the triple white Forum 84 Bape Low, very nice name, uses cutting edge design with tech, presenting a revolutionary digital twin idea that crosses over into the metaverse. Now, I am certainly not a fashion conscious individual, but to me that looks like the kind of trainer that you played PE in when you were about 11. Unless there's some kind of funky design that you can apply to it yourself, they just look like completely white trainers. And then having a child myself, I can tell you one thing, having white trainers is the worst thing in the world you can have. So apparently, this is a stunning creation. The clever integration of this release with the virtual world, however, is really what makes it stand out. How is it a flawless colour scheme? Have we got the wrong picture? Because this is white. Okay, so there's an auction applied to this, is there? The auction acquires a unique character thanks to the creative powers. Through the Adidas Collect platform, an NFT auction with redeemable NFTs is conducted. This is a significant advancement. One of the 100 equivalent pairs of sneakers will be up for grabs, and the carefully picked collection of 100 NFTs will take centre stage. Triple white, read that name out again. The white colour scheme acts as a blank canvas for a gripping story about a spotless laundromat tucked away in a mysterious desert. Really? Really? The white colour scheme? White? No, black is an absence of colour, and white is a combination of all the colours. It's not really a colour scheme, it's just a white trainer. So the debut of the digital twin NFT nevertheless marks the real revolution, an interoperable connection to Adidas Alts Avatar project. I think, what a load of rubbish. Not a fan at all. It's a white trainer. Looks like the kind of trainer you would go and play badminton in. So, really not a big fan of these at all. Not going to spend any more time on it as well, because we've only got a couple of minutes left before we start the quiz. Now, before we go into the quiz, I'm just going to explain a few things that you may or may not be aware of. Load up. Okay, so we have the VIP Crypto Club, which is open to all of our members, all of our subscribers on YouTube and Twitter and Telegram, and of course on Binance. It's open to everybody. All you have to do is go to this website, fill in this form. The name can be your nickname, so it doesn't have to be your real name. It can be Ice-T, for example. Then I need an email address so I can contact you if you win. I need your country, just so I know where you live, and a pay ID if you have one. So if you are on Binance, for example, you put your pay ID in there. I know Crypto.com has a different version, but we can worry about all of that when you've won. So this is a prelude to when the members area goes live in September. We're going to have a members area, it's going to have videos, it's going to have content, it's going to have the prize draws, it's going to have the previous winners, Twitter, it's going to have everything integrated into it, and it's going to be free for the first 1,000 people only. The reason we've limited it to 1,000 is because we want some OGs, original crypto warehouse fans, followers, family. So join now, doesn't cost you anything. We've only got about 20 spaces left before we hit the soft cap of 200, and that's when we're going to stop telling people about this, and we're going to get down to building the members area. Now, why do you want to join this? You want to join this because we run various giveaways. So if we start last Thursday, we gave away some Star Atlas codes so you could get the Star Atlas game for free. We also gave away on Saturday about $150 worth of lick. It ended up being more because the price pumped. So we gave away $150 on Saturday, and on Thursday we kind of have a filler giveaway where we're giving away some SHIB. It says here Binance only. I have no idea why it says Binance only. It's open to everybody. Now, we were having entries. See, we were having entries into these competitions. But there's a problem with Gmail. So what we're going to do is you don't have to fill in anything else for now. For now, all you need to do is be a member, and we will automatically enter you on Thursday night. If you don't make the show, you can find out who won on our Telegram group. If you don't have Telegram, you'll get an email from me telling you that you've won. So that's why we need your email address to tell you that you've won. We had previous winners were all paid on the night of the last SHIB giveaway. The Star Atlas game codes were all given away the following day, and the Pet LFG giveaway, that was done mainly on Saturday and Sunday. So we do tend to pay out the prizes within a day or two. It's not the same time that you win, because obviously we're streaming, we have to get everything ready. So that's all I'm going to say on that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the quiz questions. For some reason we don't have, I'm actually going to update the menu on my phone. Give me a second. Look at this. If by magic I have made the quiz here. Wait for it. Any second now it's going to... There we go. The quiz has now appeared on the menu. Don't ask me why it wasn't there in the first place. I have no idea. So we're going to start the quiz. Welcome, Caleb. Welcome, the Kingman. Thank you for joining us. Green Block. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for those nice messages, Marlene. I hope people do. There is actually a very momentous announcement today. We have just broken the 40,000 followers mark. We are now at 40,183 followers. So a big thank you to everybody that has followed us today, especially those still watching. So the quiz questions. We're going to ask you a series of questions. You are going to get 60 seconds to answer. Why is it 60 seconds? Why is it too long? Somebody said yesterday. The reason it's 60 seconds is some people lag an awful lot, and it takes 25-30 seconds for the question to appear. So if I reduce the time to 30 seconds, they don't get the chance to enter. So it's 60 seconds for that reason. The questions are all in the answers are all in lowercase. So if I say to you, which has the biggest market cap, Doge or Tron? If you type in Tron, it has to be lowercase letters. Type in Doge, it has to be lowercase letters. So no uppercase letters, all one words. If I ask you for a last name or a surname of somebody, if I say, what is Elon's surname, the man who owns X and Tesla, you just need to write Musk. If you write anything else, it won't accept it as the correct answer. That's it. Let's start the quiz. Peaky Blinder, you will never walk alone. Right. Okay, let's start the quiz. So I want you to tell me which has the biggest market cap. Market cap is the total number of tokens multiplied by the price of the token. That gives you the market cap. The same with the stock market. If you have 1 billion shares, Tesla, and they are worth $100 each, and Tesla has a market cap of $100 billion. That's all a market cap is. So which of these two cryptos has the biggest market cap? The two answers are Doge or Tron. So all you need to do is tell me if it's Doge or Tron. And I'm going to give you a clue. When you look at CoinMarketCap, they rank the cryptocurrencies by the market cap. So Bitcoin is of course number one, then Ethereum, then I think it's USDT, and then one of these comes in the top 10, one's in the top 20. So which one, Doge or Tron? Remember, you also have to spell it correctly. If you type in Torn or dog, it won't let you win. And remember, it's lowercase. Good morning, Yikes. Welcome to the quiz. Don't forget, you need to get these questions right as well. Also, for those of you new here, I did publish the list of questions and answers yesterday on the Telegram group for Andy, who missed the quiz yesterday. So all of these answers are actually in our Telegram group. Don't even need to know the answer. I've told you what they all are. Good morning. Morning, Yikes. So for those of you that like watching gaming, there's a channel on Binance Live called Yikes GG. I think it's called Yikes GG. The gaming channel. He was playing another game yesterday called Big Something. I'm sure he'll put the name in chat. It looked really good. It was actually like it wasn't quite an FPS, but it looked like a proper game. Well, a proper game as far as I'm concerned, and I'm really old. So it looked like a proper game to me, and he was doing a very good job of smashing everything to pieces in the 10 or 15 minutes I was watching him. So, the next question. Which of these two is a privacy coin? Is it Monero or is it Chainlink? Which of these is a privacy coin? And for those of you that don't know what a privacy coin is, just to put it into kind of like as simplest terms as possible, it's a coin that hides its transaction history. So you cannot see who holds the coins and where it's come from and where it's gone. And in some countries, such as France, for example, it's been banned. So Binance, I think Binance might have relisted it recently, but I think Binance at the time delisted all of the privacy tokens in France. And I think Italy as well, maybe, and Greece. There's a couple of European countries that banned it. So which one of these is a privacy coin, Monero or Chainlink? Well, Stellar is now one of these ISO 19,000, ISO 20,000, ISO 12,000 coins. There's about 6 or 8 ISO accredited cryptocurrency, which means if it's ISO credited, it can be used by additional companies to fulfill tasks for them. So Stellar is something which has to be looked at. In fact, there are people on crypto Twitter who have created portfolios for this ISO group of coins. So I can actually now see some people got it right. Well done, Adil. Congratulations, Ice T. Ghost Rider, well done. Anna, Joel, Tariq, Andy, Balal, Sonia, Chevon, Marlene, Chronicle Crypto. What a name that is, eh? And Nazim Barber, also a very nice name. This is the best stream. We beggars get to learn a thing or two. I wouldn't call you beggars. And maybe you will learn a thing or two. I mean, don't forget, if anybody says to you, I know everything there is about crypto, they are lying. There is nobody in the crypto space that knows everything, because there are 2,000 coins, there are 150 exchanges, there are God knows how many personalities, projects out there. Just not possible to know everything about crypto. That's why a lot of people say you should find a niche in crypto and stick to it. And that niche could be privacy coins, meme coins, it could be privacy coins, it could be NFTs, it could be trading. There's so many things you can learn that I don't think it's possible to learn everything. I just don't. You can spend all day every day and not know half of what's going on. Now, this is it again, this one. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Right, next question. How many years between each Bitcoin halving? Is it 4 or is it 7? How many years between Bitcoin halvings? 4 or 7? Most of you are getting this right. If I give the choice of 4 or 7 and you type 2, you're not going to get that right. The answer is 4 or 7. It can't possibly be 2. I've given you both options. I've just remembered that Fake Tech is answering all the questions on YouTube. Doge, Monero, and this current answer. Well done, you've got them all right. 56 correct answers at the minute. 62, 67, 70 correct answers. What if you type BNB? Well, if I had the chance, I would mute you or sin bin you on the stream, but I'm not allowed to. It doesn't give me that option. I don't have that power. So, who has won? Adil, you nearly got taken out by the RNG monkey, and that serves you right for winding me up by wanting to type BNB. Strangero, Peaky Blinder. Strangero got 0.02 SHIB. Unbelievable. Joel, well done. How does it even work that one out? Hero New got 0.25. Some people are winning 30, and others are winning 0.25. It's so broken. 74 answers. Yikes, putting pictures of bees still constitutes as BNB. It's still BNB, and it's not the answer. Joel, you are most welcome. Good morning to you. Joel, I'm glad you're right. Amy, well done. Lots and lots of number 4s, which is good to see. The Bitcoin halving is, of course, every 4 years. Now, the one thing to remember about the all-time highs, the all-time high price for Bitcoin does not happen the day of the halving. The day of the halving happens, the price normally drops, then it takes about 6 to 9 months for the supply shock to kick in. That's the reduction in the amount of Bitcoin available. And then roughly, I don't have a crystal ball, but roughly 18 months after the halving, you will see the all-time high. Now, I've worked it out incorrectly probably. It's somewhere between August and October 2025. That's when we're going to hit the all-time high. And that's the time, traditionally, where you should sell all of your crypto, not financial advice, and then you wait a year, I think, or 18 months again, and then you buy all of your crypto back. And the price, it should all have retracted by 60%, 80%. What we don't know is what's going to happen when the ETFs start to consume all the Bitcoin. We don't know whether that's going to make the price more volatile or make it more less volatile, make it more kind of lower. Because the higher the market cap goes, the harder it is to move it 20% in a day. There's always something wrong with my chat, and it's always the fact that people keep typing BNB to all my questions. Right, next question. Okay, so for this question, oh, will you just type? Okay, right, opened in 2017. Is Polygon a layer 1 or a layer 2? All you have to type is the number 1 or the number 2. Is Polygon a layer 1 or a layer 2? That's it. Simple as pie. Now, for all of those that don't know what Polygon is, it's a chain that sits on top of Ethereum. It's not like the first layer chain. It's more of a secondary chain, if you know what I mean. 15 seconds left, which means there will always be a lag on what I'm saying. So of course, Polygon is a layer 2. It sits on top of Ethereum. Why do we have layer 2s? Because there is a problem, computing problem. And the computing problem has been around for about 40 years and it concerns networks. And there are 3 things. Let's see if I can remember them. Speed, security, and decentralization of network. And it's a triumvirate. And what happens is that most chains have to sacrifice one or the other. So look at Bitcoin and to some extent Ethereum. They are both incredibly secure and they are both incredibly decentralized, but they are slow. If you look at Solana, it's incredibly quick, it's incredibly secure, although there are some problems with it, but it's not decentralized as much as Bitcoin and Ethereum. So what Polygon does is it sits on top of Ethereum and it processes transactions, rolls them up, and then puts them onto the Ethereum chain. and that solves the problem of speed on Ethereum. Bitcoin has the Lightning Network, which was introduced to sit on top of Bitcoin to allow the transactions to go through a lot faster. So Polygon is a layer 2. I went off on a bit of a tangent then. Oh. Let me get on. Bitcoin always sacrifices something. Correct. Bitcoin sacrifices speed. It does not sacrifice its security. It's probably the most secure network that mankind, or woman and mankind, has ever made. And centralized. It's all over the world. It's in nearly every country. There are nodes everywhere. But it's slow. And I would rather sacrifice speed. Personally, I would sacrifice speed for security and decentralization. Because that's the one that should be sacrificed. Next quiz question. There are people in here saying to themselves, will he just get on with the quiz and stop answering every question with a monologue? So, Cardano, is it proof of work or proof of stake? So, is Cardano built on validators where you stake your coins? Or is Cardano proof of work and built on miners that solve complex algorithms and are rewarded? Is Cardano proof of work or proof of stake? You just have to type in POS or POW. Lots of correct answers. I have a funny feeling we're going to go over 100. So I'm going to give you fair warning. There's 100 prizes for this question. If we get to 105, then 5 of you are not going to get a prize. So I will increase the number of prizes on the next question. Adil, NB, not the right answer. Oh no, we're going to go over 100. Oh no, we're not. I will increase it for the next one. We're on 81, 82 correct answers. Well done, everybody. 82 correct answers. What's the most valuable crypto to stake right now? Well, the biggest one you can stake is Ethereum. That's the biggest market capped cryptocurrency that you can stake. And you can do on-chain staking directly, or you can do on-stake through someone like Binance or Crypto.com. You can stake through them as well. You don't have to do it through your own wallet. I've been having this argument on Twitter for months now, and these people that are saying not your keys, not your crypto, I understand where they are coming from. But there must be another expression, which is not your keys, lose your key, lose your crypto, which is equally as important, because telling beginners come to crypto to move all of their Bitcoin and Ethereum onto their own non-custodial wallet and then expect some of them not to lose their keys is just asking for trouble. So I understand the statement, not your keys, not your crypto, but that for me cannot apply to everybody. Bitcoin ETFs are not going to replace crypto degens. They are going to allow people to hold Bitcoin in their pension funds. Why on earth is anybody with a pension fund going to buy Bitcoin directly, put it onto a ledger and stick it in a safety deposit box when they can buy it through BlackRock or Vanguard and know it's safe? It's never going to happen. And maxis need to understand there has to be more than one way to get Bitcoin. They need to understand there's a trade-off between ideology and adoption, and they don't get it. I understand, don't put all your money in FTX, don't put all your money in Celsius, but Vanguard and Fidelity are multi-billion-dollar companies. It's just I don't know. It annoys me. Right, next question. WBTC, which stands for Wrapped Bitcoin, is on which of these two chains? Is it on Ethereum or is it on Solana? So all you need to do to get this question right is type in Ethereum or type in Solana. You need to spell Ethereum correctly or you will not win. Big Tons, you are correct. Marlene, nope. Adil is correct. Adil types BNB, I'm going to ban him. So in our Telegram group, I'm going to give you a bit of a heads up. We have a Telegram group. It's free to join. 70 something people in there. We have BNB boxes. We have giveaways from people. We also have a trading channel that we launched last night. If you join it and you spam every channel, I will kick you. Not there to be abused. You have to respect everybody in the group. Adil, what I will do, if you keep typing BAB, Adil, what I'm going to do to you is I'm going to mute you on the channel and you won't be able to type anything. I need to have, you know what I need? A naughty step. I need a naughty step in the Telegram group for Adil. That's what I need. In fact, I'll call it Adil's naughty step. Congratulations for those of you that typed Ethereum. Ethereum is the correct answer. Now, also bear in mind, wrapped Bitcoin is Bitcoin that's been stored in a vault and a synthetic copy has been made on the Ethereum blockchain, which means that for every one wrapped Bitcoin in existence, there is a Bitcoin in a vault. There are wrapped versions of Bitcoin on different chains. You can get Bitcoin on the Solana network, but the OG is WBTC, which is on Ethereum. You're welcome, Andy. What crypto to buy now? I don't know what crypto to buy now. Given the way the market is, probably Bitcoin, but that's not financial advice. The original Bitcoin is on the Bitcoin chain, but wrapped Bitcoin on the Ethereum chain, and it's just a copy of Bitcoin on the Ethereum chain. That's all it is. Right, next question. We have two more of these questions to go. And this is a question about OneCoin. And I want you to tell me how much OneCoin scammed people for. The biggest Ponzi scheme the crypto world has ever seen. Now, this is a slightly harder question because you have to copy one of the two options. So I have put 4 billion or 400 billion with a $ before it. To win, you have to type it as I have put it into the question. So did OneCoin scam 4 billion or 40 billion dollars? Or sorry, 400 million. 400 billion dollars. Just type one of the answers in there and you have won. And can I say a big thank you, DJ Wevo, for, is that how you pronounce your name? Thank you for the tip on the AID. It's greatly appreciated. That will be converted into SHIB and given away on the stream. 17 correct answers to this one so far. Well done. 24. 32. 35. For those of you that don't know anything about OneCoin, I would strongly recommend going and reading the backstory. And what I will do after the show, maybe in a couple of hours time, I'm going to drop a link in the Telegram group so you can read about what happened. Peaky Blinder, well done. Adil, Ice Tea, congratulations. Wendy, well done. You got that one right. Congratulations. Samantha, Tay, well done. Tariq, Sehar, Sonia. The one annoying thing about the app not working every day for me is I can't see people's questions in chat. What do I think about Solana's future? I think Solana will do perfectly fine once all of the tokens locked up in FTX have been released and freed back into the ecosystem. There is a thing called de facto and de jure, which I believe is some kind of Latin term. And I think it basically means the best or the most adopted. So for those of you old enough to remember Betamax videos and VHS videos, Betamax was a better video player recorder, but VHS was adopted and it was the one that people used. So VHS beat Betamax even though it was better. In Solana's case, Solana is the second largest NFT marketplace. It also has Star Atlas, which is potentially going to be the biggest blockchain crypto game in history on it. So once it's severed its last ties with FTX, Solana will recover. Do I think it will hit $290 again? Not anytime soon. But I do think it has a future. It's incredibly quick, incredibly easy to use. The UI is outstanding. Magic Eden is great. The apps that run on it are fantastic. Orca is great. I'm a huge fan of Solana. But it needs to sever that tie because there is a lot of Solana locked up in FTX. Now, funnily enough, you must have read my mind, because the next question is about the total supply of Solana. So, is the total supply of Solana 555 million, or is it 999 million? You have to tell me in chat approximately what's the total supply of Solana. Yep. Question asked. Away we go. Also, thank you for all the questions. It's actually nice to have questions in chat. How do you win more coins? Is it random? It is random. Yes, it's completely random. So I put in the total amount of SHIB to give away to people, and the Binance quiz decides how much you win. And on average, it should work out the total amount divided by people. It never is. Some people can win 30, 40 SHIB, others can win 0.1 or 0.02. We call it the RNG monkey. We've given it a nickname on the channel. The RNG monkey. 71, 81 correct answers. So that's the end of the, I don't know, the specific quiz questions. And now, as Adil will normally say, it's now time for the CZ and Musk questions. The other thing about Solana is, there is a bit of a trick with Solana which makes it look busier than it is. And that's because all of the conversations between the validators on Solana are done on chain. And what I mean is that every time they communicate with each other, they do it through the Solana blockchain. They don't do it outside of the blockchain. So what happens is, you'll see 5 million Solana transactions a day. But 4 million of those transactions a day will be the validators talking to each other. So when you compare Ethereum transactions, or let's say Polygon transactions, when you compare Polygon to Solana, it's comparing apples and pears, because the Polygon transactions are carried out off-chain between the validators. Solana's are carried out on-chain. There is a website that shows you graphic of Solana without validators. and it's a completely different number. Did you get all the questions right, Marlene? Because if you did, I'm going to have to put you in the same room as Fake Tech. Because Fake Tech has got Doge, Monero, 4.2, Ethereum, 4 billion and 555 million. He's got them all right. And Web3 Superstar, who is scared of the quiz over on YouTube, turned up at the end of the quiz because he was shamed yesterday into not getting them right. So now we're going to ask a couple of very simple questions. We've actually overrun, believe it or not. We're 20 past. We should be finishing now. So I'm going to ask one more question before I drop a big box. And this is Adil's favourite question. I want you to give me the CEO of Binance, but I want you to give me his 2-letter nickname only. So do not tell me his full name. I do not wish to know. 60 seconds to name the CEO of Binance. That's all you have to do. Now, I've put in 138 correct answers for this one, so let's see if you can get it right. Well done, Fake Tech on YouTube. You are, of course, correct. (62 correct answers with plenty of time to go. 70. Nope. How many people got that right? Taking 82, 84. I think 84 is the last number. Have a look. Ice-T, well done. Mohammed, congratulations. Peaky Blinder, Excalibur. Anonymous Michael. If you were Anonymous Michael, have your surname, or you wouldn't have your first name, and then you would be called Anonymous. Anonymous Michael now means I know your name. Ask the name of CBC's stablecoin. No, I'm not going to ask you to put BNB in, because we all know what's going to happen. You're just going to type BNB. Congratulations to you all. Well done. Right, so now I'm going to drop the big box. How can you forget his name? Exactly. Thank you, Wendy. Greatly appreciated. Don't forget. Right, now I'm going to drop a big box at the end. But before I do, just some final bits. As you can see, we stream every day, roughly 11 o'clock. Sometimes it's a little bit later. Tomorrow we're supposed to be live at 11. That might change. I don't know yet. That might change time. We are also streaming tomorrow night. Tomorrow is going to be a very tiring day. There'll be 2 streams. It's the gaming night. I'll be joined by Brogan. We'll look at some crypto, Web3 games for you. So please follow us on Binance. We've just hit 40,000 followers, which is an absolutely insane number if you think about it. Also, we really could do with some of your support on YouTube. So Wendy, who has been in chat, we have some videos that you might want to watch. Not these ones. There are some videos which are too complicated for beginners, in my opinion. We have People in Crypto. We have explainer videos. We have some shorts. And we have some crypto terms. So, for example, if you go to the explainer videos and hopefully not play them, what is the XRP network? What is the Cardano network? What is the Bitcoin halving? All of the simple things which you do not know or might not know, or you know what you might want to find out, they're all in there. So we do a lot of stuff for beginners. We also do some more, I wouldn't say complicated, but more niche things like look at meme coins, Unibot. I wouldn't suggest anybody goes and buys these coins now. I'm just saying these are the kind of things that you should go and look at. So please give us a follow over there. And then finally, before I go and drop the box, don't forget, like I never put that link in correct. Yep. Don't forget, we have the VIP Crypto Club. Give us a follow on there. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And you can win crypto. Some weeks, it's a lot of money. Some weeks, it's not so much. But it's a quiz, and it's a giveaway. And it's a bit of excitement. So, for example, we gave away codes last Thursday, so you got a free game. We gave away $150 of Lick on Saturday. And we're going to be giving away 300,000 SHIB on Thursday night, tomorrow night. So all you have to do to enter these is join the VIP Crypto Club. That's it. There's no catches. You don't have to type anything in at the minute. And that's it, really. So just give us some support. We appreciate you coming every day to watch us. We wouldn't be anything without the Crypto Warehouse family, and that is true. I tell people that all the time. So with that being said, thank you everybody. I'm going to drop the comment to win box now, and then I will see you all at some time tomorrow. I'm not sure whether it's going to be 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock yet. We have some things to do. So let me drop this box before I go, because you know what will happen. It won't go through. Let's drop that. Put it on for 10 minutes. Hit the button, and hopefully you will all see it. I've really overrun today, and I don't feel like we've had that much time. Okay, so the box is now dropped. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day, Andy. Have a good day, Wendy. Have a good day, Marlene. There'll be no. I will make a promise to you right now. I am never going to ask a BNB question on this channel, because BNB is the answer to 50% of the questions that I ask according to you guys. So anyway, thanks everybody. See you tomorrow.